Moving on to the rowdy 70s, a young and dynamic Rabbi Shalom Lipsker, may he have a speedy recovery, assumed the leadership of the school, and with the help of Mr. Mel Landau, took the school to new heights. Together, with the Rebbe's blessing, they built the flagship Landau Yeshiva building, and the school soared. A whole generation of unaffiliated Jewish children who never tasted Yiddishkeit, from families with no observant background, joined the budding and constantly growing Landau Yeshiva. Countless boys and girls had a taste of authentic Jewish study that stayed with them their entire life. The Rebbe's mandate to reach every Jew was being put into practice.
Hi, I'm Mark Russo. I was born in Rochester, New York. My mom is a Cuban Jew. My dad was born in Rochester to immigrant parents from Greece. And we moved to South Florida when I was a little kid, when I was 5. We didn't have much money, and the only school that would accept us was Landau Yeshiva. The reason the school was so necessary was because there were Jewish families in South Florida that were poor and could not afford to send their kids to a typical Jewish school. Just like Chabad, they never say no to anybody. The key to this school was you knew that you mattered. I still recall my second grade teacher, Rabbi Roth, and he took a special interest in me. He would come from his house, which was on the north side of the school, and walk all the way down to my house and then walk me back just to make sure that I would be at services on Shabbat. So I would say he did a good 3.5 miles. I don't know any other teacher in today's world that would actually take the time and the effort to go 3 miles by foot to make sure that one child was exposed to Shabbat services. There was a time when they took us on a trip to see the Lubavitch Rebbe at 770. They were very worried that we wouldn't be able to see the Rebbe, so they built this whole stand at 770 where we could actually climb up on top of it, and we had a clear view what was going on, and we got blessings with the little glasses of wine that he would give out, and it was a tremendous experience for us. Just such good people that genuinely cared about you as a person and wanted the best for you and wanted to make sure that you did the best you could in life.
Wow. How many years?
Probably about 45 years since the last time I saw you.
Third grade.
Till this day, I tell the stories all the time to friends and family and anybody who cares to listen about how great it was to go to Landau Yeshiva. I think they definitely not only played a role in my Jewish identity, but in who I am today. I could not be more thankful for everything that the school, and Rabbi Shapiro, and Yossi Spalter, and Moshe Goldstein, and all the other Yeshiva Bachram gave to me. Particularly, I want to thank Rabbi Roth for taking of his own time and his own energy to come on Shabbat and pick me up and make sure that I was at the synagogue, and for caring about me and making sure that I knew I was important. There's nothing better that you can do for a child than letting them know how important they are. I can genuinely say that without Chabad, I probably would have nothing to do with Judaism today.
Who's number one?
Not you!
In 1977, I was to be bar mitzvah. My parents, being divorced, neither of them were figuring it out. What was really, really unbelievable is they made me a bar mitzvah in the Zal, in Reb Leib's yeshiva. They made me a bar mitzvah, they got me tefillin. Thanks to the Bachram I was with in camp, they made it happen. After high school, I went off to college and became a little disconnected. I wasn't doing any of the things that I was doing through high school. When I moved to Miami, I reconnected with Chabad. I started putting on my tefillin again and kind of got back into the groove a little bit of Chabad. And then we moved into Davie, and I came across Rabbi Spalter. We were in the parking lot, like, oh, what's your name? And he says, Mendel Spalter. I go, oh, you're related to Yossi Spalter? He says, of course, it's my father. Little did Mendel know at the time that I knew his father from camp, when his father was the head counselor of camp. Ever since then, I'm now part of Chabad of West Davie, and we're building something very special here. You know, Rabbi Roth made sure every morning that we were davening, that we gave tzedakah, that we had tzitzits on every day. I think I lost count of how many times Rabbi Roth sent me to the office to get a pair of tzitzits. Like, we learned about charity, we learned about giving, and I'm always trying to find out, like, how can I continue to invest in Judaism and being Jewish. And Rabbi Roth had a lot to do with that, because his investment in us, his time with us, the way he educated us, it left an impression. When you're young and you're getting these lessons and you're learning about mitzvos, those things stay with you. And Rabbi Roth made sure that every kid in the class got the attention that they needed, and no one was left behind in the class. He just made sure everybody was getting the education and the attention that they needed.
Saying impossible is just another way of saying I am